Hello, how are you all doing? Has been a long time. I think that I sent a video because I'm so busy with other things. That's why I didn't get really time. And also, I've been planning to see which type of videos because I like history videos and I like documentary videos. So sometimes to get a real actually stories to bring, you need to investigate, you need to check it out, you need to find the truth. And that is the reason why sometimes it's hard to to send videos, because when you are so busy you don't get time to do them, then it takes a little bit longer to bring video out. But today we are going to talk about all the lies that we get in this world. We've been lied to as a black people for so long, and I think it's time we start digging in to find out the truth ourselves. We should not sit down for somebody to come and tell us, oh, this is how this thing happened, or this is what happened here. No, we need to dig in to find the truth ourselves. And that is the reason why today I'm trying to bring you, this is Roman Emperor, Septimius Severus. He was born in 11th April 145 in Africa. This man, this statue that you are looking at, is a statue that if you go to England Museum, you can see it. You just see the statue, but you will never realize who that man is, or maybe the name will be there, but you don't know what he did or what was his achievement. But this Roman Emperor Severus was a dark-skinned man, and the place that he was born was in African continent. That time was not Libya. Now it's a Libya. If you look at the map, it's Libya. And the place was called Leptis Magna, Libya. That time was called Leptis Magna. But you know the history of Roman Empire. During almost 2,000 years, that time the color of skin was not really a problem for the whites on that time. The color of his skin was not a problem. So everybody who was part of Roman Empire was just free to get education or to do whatever you want to do. Nobody questioned you about your color. Until America created, because a racism or color conscious started from when United States of America started to build. That's where the races really generated or take place, or begin to be to get foundation. But this man was a Roman emperor for 18 good years. He ruled Europe, Britain. He stayed in Britain for some time. He died also in Britain, this Roman emperor. But before we go on, I want you to look at the real pictures or the real small clip of him so that you know what I'm talking about. Because this picture or this statue that you are looking at is not actually the real picture. You know, these people always try to cover up things. And we are going to try to dig in to find out, to bring the truth out. Let's watch the video first.
What do you know about the Romans from being taught history?
Oh, well, I know Rome was not built in a day, that's for sure. Very good gladiators. I can remember Julius Caesar.
Well, it's really interesting you say that, because Julius Caesar is the individual, along with Cleopatra, which most people reference when they talk about the Roman Empire. And Caesar is also famous for coming to Britain, and a lot of people think that Caesar conquered Britain, but he didn't. So effectively, he came, he saw, but he didn't conquer.
Oh.
Now, the most important Roman, I would argue, who actually ever came to Britain was the African emperor, Septimius Severus.
Hold on. Let's just stop there.
Okay.
Are you telling me there was an African emperor?
There was an African emperor, and he was one of the greatest Roman emperors. So he was born in North Africa in AD 145, and he died here, right beneath your feet.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So
in York?
In York. This is where he would have lived. His bedroom would have been within 10 yards of where we're sitting, below us. Actually, I can show you what the family looked like.
Really?
Because we have a portrait here called the Severan Tomba. This is like a photograph.
Oh my goodness.
Of the Severan family. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
And there they are.
Wow. It's amazing to actually see his portrait. It's a black man, isn't it? I always remember the Romans being quite violent when I was at school. Was Severus nasty?
He was a warrior. He came here to Britain in AD 208, got a message from the governor, and the governor said that we here in Britain are being attacked from the north and we're in danger of being overrun. The first thing he does is have them build the walls of Roman London.
Wow.
So the city of London, to this day, the square mile is defined by the African Emperor Septimius Severus. If you walk into the reception area of the British Museum, the first bust you see is a bust of Septimius Severus, alabaster white, but actually when it was in real life in the Roman world, it would have been painted as he was, a man from North Africa, a black man.
So no one would know that that was not a white man?
Absolutely right. This is a man who's there all the time. He's right in front of us all the time in the British Museum, but nobody knows, unless you dig into the story, that he was a warrior emperor from North Africa who stayed true to his own heritage.
This is just incredible. I can't believe I don't know about this story, and it's such a good story as well.
It's got everything. It's more Game of Thrones than Game of Thrones.
An African Roman emperor ruling Britain? How did I not know about this? And Dr. Simon's got another surprise up his sleeve.
There's an amazing artist called Daniel Vossart who specialises in creating realistic images of Roman emperors, and he's created this. I give you...
Wow! It looks so real, doesn't it? That looks so real.
If you look at his eyes, it's like looking into the eyes of a real person.
This African emperor has just completely blown my mind. It's completely changed my idea of the whole Roman Empire. I so wish I had known this as a child.
The Roman Empire is a truly cosmopolitan mixing pot of people from all over the Roman Empire.
He's powerful, he was a warrior, you know, he led from the front, people respected him, and most importantly for me, is he's really fit.
Well, thanks for watching. Did you see all the story? Now, if you look at this man, you can see the features of his skin, you can see he's a dark skinned man. Even though he have a little bit curly hair, but in this modern day standard, this man will be considered as a black man in this modern day standard in America or in Europe here. He will never be accepted as a white person. But during the Roman Empire, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, all this type of sickness, the mentality of seeking, thinking that because that person have a dark skin, then he is inferior. But this man, he ruled Europe for 18 good years. And this is the type of story we are trying to dig in to bring to you. You will never, if they are talking about the Roman Empire, you will never think in your head there was a dark-skinned man who ruled Europe as a Roman emperor. You will never think about that one. But there is something like that, and this is the man. Septimius Severus. And he was married to Italian woman. Or was it Italian woman, or was his mother was Italian, something like that. And you know, during that time, Italy or the Greek and Africa, there was no difference. Because the people, dark skin, light skin, they were just mixing up, doing business, living together. Your intelligence have to give you the type of high position you deserve or you need. And that's why before in Italy there were a lot of dark skinned people in Italy. But if you go to the south, the more closer to Africa, the more darker you are. Even up to date. Because of now it become, races become something sickening. I don't know how to explain it. Even in Italy, they look at the sadness. People who live in the south, closer to Africa, as dark-skinned people. And then those who live in the north, they are the white, light-skinned people, even up to date. But before, it was nothing. It was not a story. It was, I just don't know the evil who brought that type of thing into head, into people's mind, that the more darker you are, the more inferior you are. But history tells us that every human being comes from black. Black is always the first human being on this earth. So why do you hate your own self or your own grandparent, so to say? Well, this is the history I tried to bring to you. Thanks for watching. We have a lot to come. Stay blessed. Bye.